What is up, y'all? Welcome back. Another exploration adventure. Today I'm at the infamous Hinsdale House. So right now I'm going to start off by giving you a full tour of this house, show you all the rooms, show you the amazing basement, show you everything that this house has to offer before tonight's paranormal investigation. Today I'm on a road trip with my friend Phil from Darker Image TV and my other friend Chad. So later on tonight, when it gets dark, we're all gonna sit down and do a full paranormal investigation all night long of this house to see if it's really haunted. So, all right, guys, let's start off here and let's show you the front of the house really quick. I know it's dark, but I'm gonna give you some daylight shots. And this window's creeping me out here. So this window right here is the parents, Phil and Clara's room. And I will show you that, guys, that soon. But for some reason, being out here, having that light on over there, I keep thinking I'm going to be seeing something. So all right, guys, let's go right in. So pretty much the story of this house here is way back in the day. This used to be on a carriage trail, and this carriage trail had a pretty much like a bread and breakfast where people would come down the trail and just kind of hang out, rest up, grab some food. And the people who owned this house, which actually built in 1853, Ian and Richard made this into the bed and breakfast. And they pretty much killed people and stagecoach passengers and riders. They pretty much killed them, and they would chop them up and pretty much stack them in the crawl space, which I will be showing you. So this place has kind of a dark history, and then the Dandy family bought it in the 1970s. And you know, they had so many crazy hauntings going on that they pretty much had to leave the house. So all right, let me show you guys Michael's room. This is one of the sons of Phil and Clara. So I know there's two beds in here now, but this is supposed to be Michael's room. It says it right up here. So we have the whole kitchen, of course. An old fridge. I wonder if this was original to the house. I'm not sure. I should have asked. They got tons of merch here when you come. Wish I could show you guys the backyard some, but it is pretty dark out there. So we have the bathroom. And this right here is the door to the cellar, which has been known to, they've always complained, the Dandy family, that they would hear knocking, banging on the inside of the cellar door while in the bathroom. Also, they would hear, I'm not sure if it was both handles, but they would hear the handles doing this. Same with this one. It would just shake while they're in the bathroom, almost at all times, almost every single time. So you guys know I love basements. So I'm gonna go down here alone. And supposedly there were bodies buried down here. And the woman who let us in here said that, I'm gonna close this door right behind me, guys. She said that she actually is going to be sending me some pictures, hopefully, of her seeing images in the corner there, and a shadow of a man who was hung. And so apparently one of the people who lived here, or a person lived here, was actually buried under here. So this is the basement of the Hinsdale House. I do have an EMF meter on me, so let's see if we get anything while we're in here. Just real quick. We'll be doing the investigation later. People have said that they've been assaulted down here, scratched. There's so many stories. A woman being shot here by her husband. So there is someone buried underneath here. I forget the name, but I believe it was one of the owners of the house is buried underneath here, right underneath the kitchen. So I'll keep the EMF meter on me. Close this up. Alright, let me show you the living room first. So there was exorcisms performed on this house too. After the exorcisms were performed, some of the activity went down, but they still had a lot of problems with it. This box is original to the house. So this doll is supposed to be like an Annabelle doll. We can't take it out of the case. We're not supposed to touch it. But supposedly there was a house fire, and this doll was pretty much survived the house fire. So everything else was burnt up, and this was just sitting here totally fine. Also says something right here. I'll show you guys. So if you guys want to read this, go right ahead. So let's go upstairs now. It's not a huge house. You guys want to see some of the decorations here? I am in this house all alone. So actually, I forgot to tell you guys something. This right here was Beth's room. So you guys can see, boom, this was Beth's. And supposedly there was a lot of activity in Beth's room. So one of the most active rooms is Mary's room. But really this whole house is very active. So let me show you here. Now they won't let us in here But in here is the crawl space. And I'm sorry about the light, but in here is where they used to stack the bodies of travelers coming down that carriage trail. And they would hear scratching. Like Beth mostly would hear it, but the whole family heard it. Scratching, banging, coming from here. And this is where they used to stack all the bodies. But they actually would stack wood in here. That's what it was mainly for. I don't think I can open this. I'm not going to mess around with it, so. But it's a whole bunch of stuff in there. And the owner's like, I don't even want to. He doesn't want to take anything out because he doesn't want to start any trouble. So we're not going to mess with that. So to my right is Laura's room. And here's the parents' room, Phil and Clara. I believe Clara is still alive. Phil died in a car accident. And I believe the only other surviving member of the Dandy family is Laura. But they do think that Beth might be alive still. So this is Mary's room. This room is supposed to be very haunted. A lot of people have been scratched in here, heard noises. If you're hearing talking, that's just the other guys outside. This is just a closet right here. And supposedly there's a presence in this closet that people have been talking about. So some people who came here to investigate. So you know what? Let's sit in here for a minute. Sit in Mary's room. So that's pretty much the whole house, guys. It's not a big house. I am gonna put up some clips of the outside of the house with some daylight, some clips of the pond. Maybe I'll take you down to the pond real quick. The pond is supposed to be a very haunted part of the house. Supposedly apparitions A lot of apparitions were seen there. When this house originally had a barn where the pond is, that barn was torn down, and they built the pond. They excavated the land, and they found a lot of bodies buried there. So there's a lot of spirit activity. There's supposedly a woman who was hung, and she had strawberry blonde hair, and she's supposed to be seen around the pond. There's also a person with a rifle, a man with a rifle seen around the pond, running up the camp trails over here, which is behind the house. And there's a lot of apparitions. Supposedly an evil spirit entity of his name was Friedrich, was supposedly seen here. And yeah, it's there's a lot here. So you know what, maybe I will take you down to that pond. I'll show it to you real quick, and I guess I'll see you guys there. So all right, y'all, so I am outside right now. I'm gonna be heading over to the pond. So this is what it kind of looks like from the side where the pond is. That's just the side of the house over here. And we come over this way. This is where the pond is. So they excavated a lot of bodies here when they tried putting this pond in. Back in the day, they put this pond in. And supposedly there's a burial ground here. So it's supposed to be very haunted. It's supposed to be apparitions coming around this pond. A woman maybe dancing around. A man with a rifle. A young boy. Actually about 17-year-old. So we're going to be spending some time out here for the paranormal investigation. So be sure you check out that video when it's released. There it is. There's the Hinsdale. So recently, actually maybe a couple years ago, the owner of the Hinsdale House had a diver come in here, and he found a femur bone. So we can only imagine what else is buried underneath here, how many bodies. So it's pretty wild. All right, y'all, I'm going to end this tour video right here. So I hope you really like this video. This house is amazing. It has amazing history. We'll be going into a lot more of the history, more specific details, especially when we're going to be asking questions for the paranormal investigation. I got a whole bunch of notes, and I was asking the woman who pretty much opened up the door for us, and I was asking her all these questions and ways to maybe get some activity going. So I got some notes written down, and we're going to be up all night and do a paranormal investigation of this place. So hopefully something good happens. Hopefully I'll see you guys there, and let's do this, guys. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys then.